We are here at the Annapolis Spring Boat Show 2023, and if you can tell behind me, it's a little wet. It's hard planning these things out. There's actually flooding around here. This is the last day. We're finally getting a break in the rain. Matt and I are about to head on to a few boats and inspect them, compare, once again, things that we have the option to do, kind of steal the ideas from those $1 million yachts. But since there were 2 days of show before this, let's do a quick look back at what brought us to this point.
So I want that. So we're on the Heineken. So Heineken's my favorite down in
The first day of the Annapolis Spring Boat Show, and there is nobody here unless they're a vendor, basically. Matt and I walked over from Eastport because we didn't think it was raining that bad, and our jeans are soaking. I think our follies are stored away in the men's closet back at Catamaran. Would have been a good idea. So I think we're just gonna kind of like sit around and wait for our chat and see if anybody shows up for it. See you, it's so good. Blah 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 blah. Over.
Yeah, don't have conversations.
You don't have to overdo it. Like just jump on it.
Get comfortable on the radio because that is for you.
Frame on that in the top. It's we're able to.
Got some of our biggest fans here today. I think these are probably 2 biggest fans, I would say, of my parents. But we're headed out on the schooner Woodwind, doing a little like meet and greet and Q&A with Ryan and Sophie and Captain Boomies. So thankfully the rain held off today.
He's always ready. A little bit. Ready on the stay-so.
Tell me a little bit about your catamaran.
Oh,
You're on the spot.
it's my turn. Pretty lightweight boat for us. It's still a livable boat. And everything we wanted, light winds.
I wanted to open it up to... Back at the boat show, we braved the rain to tour a few boats, including the Rapido. Are you excited to see the Rapido?
I am. That's one definitely I wanted to see. It is just a performance beast. Love it.
Yeah, you can tell just like looking by the dagger boards coming out of that.
Yeah, just beautiful foils, very narrow, all carbon. You can see actually where they chipped on the back, but yeah, beautiful setup.
We hadn't seen any of the Rapidos in person before, and were very intrigued to get a feel for the interior space of a trimaran, as back in 2013, we had been very close to purchasing a 39-foot Chris White trimaran. With the promise of averaging 18 knots, we always wondered if the interior living space of a trimaran would be worth the trade. And we were very pleasantly surprised with how livable the interior of this Rapido 40 was. Although not as spacious as a catamaran, the feeling was definitely not one of being cramped. The salon and galley are still a great working and living space, quite similar to the 34-foot monohull we originally began cruising on. Forward of the galley is a single wet head and past that is a V-berth with a full-size mattress.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Wow, yeah, they're smart.
It's I think a very fast.
Oh, that's nice.
This starboard electric winch.
Next, we made a stop at Fountain Peugeot, which although is built quite differently than our performance catamaran, we thought we'd take a look at its aesthetics.
I do like that.
The bag, yeah.
Yeah, having something just simple, little space there. So they are doing this for Hull 14. They're going to give this a shot.
Oh, Max Cruise.
The Max Cruise, Hull 14, where they do helm, basically the same position that we're going to have our helm, a little bit away from that main bulkhead. We're going to have a winch station forward of that. Same type of setup, so you can have someone homing here, someone still manning the sheets up front. a neat setup. But Jess and I, since it's just her and I sailing, it'd be a little bit more complicated to do that.
Yeah, we kind of like need access to the winches from the helm.
Yep.
I think, yeah.
Can't quite do this, but it is nice with this big, huge sheet bag here with good drainage in there. That's not coming in. You have access, really good access to everything.
This is the stuff we need to start thinking about.
Yeah, this is a close to the setting that we're gonna have. It's just a raised helm. It's not a flybridge, full flybridge setup.
We're definitely not going to be having this.
Definitely not.
Upper deck, kind of like lounge space.
It's my solar panels.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I made my solar.
We need solar space. Are these close to the latches we're looking at?
No.
Nice under cabinet lighting, I want that. One of the somewhat silly things that I wanted to pay attention to today is in my head I'm starting to plan out how we're going to lay out our master berth and doing things like the headboards, different linings, the lights that come out, because of course we'll have a few overheads, but I also want, you know, a reading light that's going to be close to the headboard for if we're reading books at night or just need a little bit extra. So those are the kind of things that, you know, nobody really thinks about until it's time to install it yourself.
Yeah. Lumar R winches. So they have the little carbon fiber on them.
Nice dual aft helms here and the Nautilus 44 open. I think these are from blue as well.
They are. Yeah.
Here on the Nautilus Open 44, we're actually seeing a lot of things that we've had our eye on from the company Goyo, and you'll see that we had talked to them back at Metz in Amsterdam because we're getting our wheel there, our stanchions, potentially cleats, but in the galley they have just these little fiddles that I really liked, and I think this is the first time I've seen them installed in a boat, so it's kind of nice to see how they could potentially look in our galley too. Just, it's a very clean galley space, I like it.
So the black matte vinyl front here, so you don't get the reflection coming through the windows and stuff. It looks nice. It's just finished really well.
Okay. Actually, what I don't see here, those blinds, are they hidden under the...
They could be. They're not on this particular one, but yeah, they do run them underneath this.
And more gooseneck lights. Like, I don't know why that's my focus right now. It's just the next to the bed lighting.
Priorities are out of whack, Jess.
We also need to figure out our blinds situation, and here they have a liner with the blinds tucked behind it.
A little easier, yeah, when you have this liner in there. So that is one positive. That is one positive with actually having a liner, is you are able to just hide blinds well behind it. You can of course have lighting behind it, all that kind of stuff. It does give a nice area for wire runs and stuff. Unfortunately, we do not have that.
We don't have that.
Because we're trying to save weight.
So we are a combination of what do we really like? Is it possible to have it on our boat? A lot of times no, which they're not here at the show. This is why you'll see us tend to go to the balance yachts, the HH. It's a lot of materials, not liners, kinetic as well. Kind of see how they did it in ways that we can do it as well, because there's a lot of things that we would like to do here, but
just don't, not applicable.
It's, yeah, not for our boat.
Because we were really concerned, remember, about our
Door
width.
Yeah.
This is...
Yeah, I think we're actually wider.
We're quite a bit wider. This has got to be 440, something like that.
All you gotta do is turn sideways.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this back here.
This is nice.
Very nice. And that's what we need to start deciding too, is headliners or headboard liners.
Yeah. But I do like just that little wood trim there, the vertical wood trim, and then
kind of
again they're able to
space.
run light spin. Yes.
Yeah. And I like the multicolors too, how they have the gray and then the white and then the wood.
Uh-huh.
That is one thing I'm noticing too for our boat, is because we're not doing liners, we want to find ways to work with colors. That's going to be in things like the overhead. When we do have the headboard, that can be a fabric, it can be a color. Maybe some accent wood trims or even painting walls.
So it's really great, even if we can't use the same materials, to kind of get in and see the color schemes and see how we could parlay that into things that would work on our boat. The other popular push button cabinets. I think we're gonna go with something that is lift and open instead of push in and pull out. This is something I've seen on a few boats. Handrails, add a little decor to it with a leather cover. I don't think we're gonna go crazy on the amount of handrails in our interior. We didn't have any in the last aluminum boat, but this one is so big, wider spaces, especially going to the stairs, I think we'll need them, so add a little style to it if we can. And this is what I need in our master, is like a fainting couch. No, but it's much bigger than the seat we have next to our bulkhead, which is like basically just for trying to put pants on if we're walking around.
Yeah, it's just for our butts.
It's just, I mean, it's barely for our butts.
Pretty narrow. You might get a cheek on it, type of thing. So, oh, look at TV mount.
TV swiveling, so I can watch it from my fainting chair. And this looks to be a queen size bed, so we won't have the tapering finish. Ours goes directly to the bulkhead, kind of like if you've seen on the Outramers. But I think it'll be enough space for Matt and I just need like a little nook on the inboard side for my coffee. Nice matte black finish in the interiors there, cabinets.
It shows every little spot. Yeah, so you can see all the little grimies. And
not only that, but because this girl is sparing these cabinets, we want to not show all that.
Yeah, that's just one of those things, having to clean it. I would be in there all the time trying to get them scrubbed up.
Looks at the shower though. The shower looks big and inviting.
Plus, it's designed for sailors.
Got our stanchions here. Another Goyo product.
That's just beautifully done aluminum work. Yeah, integrated the chalk in here, so you have a line running across. It's not actually sliding in. You're able to run it to a winch if you need to, a primary winch, or up to just clean, unless it's coming across like that. But
4 feet shorter than this.
okay.
Yeah. So we're basically 4 foot increments. Almost 49.
Yep.
44 and change. That one over there is 40 and change. This one is 37.
I think the last boat that we're going to be able to tour today is the XS15. It's a brand that is together with Lagoon, and we're just talking to the guy out there. He's saying that like Lagoons are kind of like the cruising ones, XS is more performance side. So we're on their largest one right now, 15 meters, and they have a stage for their salon table like we do. It has a very large sitting space. If you had this boat though, you would always be the one entertaining. And you got like your open galley back here. You can probably fit like 10 people around this table. Very large owner's hall. Lots of inboard cabinets. We've got a little couch and desk on the outboard side.
I do love the little poles.
That's cute. It's very nautical.
Uh-huh.
Is it hard to open with those?
Nice. Well, yeah, the nice part is rub up against them. You don't have anything protruding that's going to hit you at all. But then you just have to use friction latches. So instead of having a positive latch, where you actually have to disengage and open it up, this is just friction, so like what you have in an RV. So you got to make sure that nothing can roll around inside the area. That is so odd.
Baby got beam.
There's actually quite a bit of space. Hanging locker in here. That's what you get with this beam, is you're able to have so much extra storage space.
Just like a little toilet, mirror, shower.
Oh, this is what we're going to end up needing to fossil like that, probably.
So it just kind of comes right out.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the port side guest hall right now, and it has 2 berths. And unlike ours, where at the aft end we're still able to do a full queen size bed, these are actually both very large spaces. So this is the aft bed here. You can tell it's still a really large space, which has an ensuite head. Shower for the first guest berth.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like a crew berth here.
Yeah. Well, quite a bit.
And then another guest berth. Still a good size. Nice little shelves. and a second full head. And these aren't even a wet head, so you have your separate showers.
Yeah, it's a big market now.
I could see this being very comfortable for a family, for a couple, charter. Be interesting to get on one and sail one day to see how they do out on the water too. I do like those overhead cabinets. Yeah, nice place for plates and glasses. The table's going up. That's pretty cool. Wow.
Can't have that.
We can't have that. But I can enjoy watching this, yeah. That is awesome. Unfortunately, I don't know if we'll be able to get on more, even though the show doesn't end for about 3 hours due to the rain. We've seen some of the booths start to pack up a little bit. So, of course, the spring shows are always smaller than the fall show. That's 6 months away. We're going to go crazy for it, and it's still nice to get aboard and kind of inspect the things that we have to start making decisions for soon. Of course, we're going to be doing cabinetry, lights, blinds, all of that. So it's really nice to get aboard and see the different options. And as we mentioned before, see what's possible for us, because if it's a boat hiding all these things behind liners, we don't have that option. But we can at least see styles and then look to find ways that would make it work for us.
Treat them well.
Hey Matt, I have something for you.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is why we're not friends. What the? They're the what you've been talking about.
Oh my god. Wow.
Your neck hurting a little bit?
And you know what you need? You need like the climbing glasses. Do you know those?
No.
So it's a pair of glasses with mirrors here, so you can look at what happens above you.
Oh. Yeah, we do need mirror glasses.
You need them.
Never heard of those before.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
They are.
That is the craziest thing. I did not know this existed at all. That is the funniest thing.
So this is a pair of climbing glasses, because when you climb and you belay someone, you need to keep an eye on them, but it's painful for the neck. And so a lot of climbers will use those glasses to see what's going on above them, without putting a lot of strain on their neck.
Yeah.
This is my gift to you.
Yes, you are the greatest. You are the greatest. That is, the eyes look nice.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so creepy.
Hi, how are you doing?
This is awful.
This is my sexy look now. Look at that. Oh man, I can be creepy on a whole new level now. Yeah? Nope. Oh, she's like, no, no, okay, I won't do it. I'm sorry. It's okay, so you can smell them.
Give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.